Hey guys, that's it. Meet Simmons back with another video. Today we had a video that I think she's a therapist. She's discussing why women and men get bored in marriage. Here we go.
Pleasure. So what happens is the brain starts to seek pleasure rather than peace. And when men or women, when they meet someone peaceful, they label it as boring. And they're always seeking somebody who gives them some form of pleasure or dopamine. And the best person that gives you dopamine is a toxic attachment. What happens with a toxic attachment is you get preoccupied with that person. You're thinking about them, where are they, why are they called, blah, blah. And that toxic attachment, they mislabel that as love. And it's just preoccupation, so they forget to look for peace.
Wow.
That's really good.
How often do you see that? How often do you see that? I think right now, and I don't look. We old, man. I'm
not old.
We old. I keep hearing about this couple, the rapper Blueface, and I think his girlfriend's name is Christiane Rock or something like that. I don't know much about him, but I have seen throughout these YouTube streets, I've seen a lot of people react to it, how toxic they are. They very much have a toxic attachment.
I've seen him on I forgot who was interviewing them, and then doesn't she have like an alcohol problem or
yeah,
something?
Yeah, she's pregnant and she's hitting him, he's hitting her. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
But this is the problem with a lot of people, and see that's an extreme one. But a lot of couples really do have toxic attachments, because what you'll find is that a couple will come to us and they'll say, we can't stop arguing. We can't stop arguing. But then you ask them, what's your sex life like? Sex life through the roof. So what it is that literally they can't even get sexually aroused without toxicity, without argument, without that makeup sex, and we become so toxic as a culture. And I really hate that word, but I really hate the use of that word. We become so misled as a culture and as a country and as a world that.
But it's fitting in this case, though.
We actually think that that's normal. It's normal for you to fight and then just in the middle of a fight just tear each other down sexually. That's weird. That's weird. That's not even the way it's supposed to work.
Nope.
Makeup sex, angry sex, all this no. We're so hyper-sexualized that we don't even realize that we're creating pathologies in our brain and creating dopamine hits and oxytocin, all these things that we're creating, and it's creating negative neural pathways in our brain, and we act out of that. So what do you think about what this young lady said? I thought it was pretty amazing.
I thought it was spot on, and you're right. I have this saying that chaos loves chaos.
I like that, yeah.
Because you think about a person that's unhealed, that grew up in a traumatic environment, they've experienced some sort of trauma, they've not healed. So they go into a relationship and it's a chaotic one. And if it's not chaotic, they create the chaos. And then when things kind of lull or dull down, then again, they go through this vicious cycle. It's like we're good, we're angry, we're fighting, we make up, we're good, we're angry, we're fighting, we make up. So this vicious cycle, this loop that some couples have a hard time getting out of. I remember us coaching several couples. They kept trying to say, well, we're good for a little while, but then we start back up again. But we're good for a little while, then we start back up again. It's because your chaos loves his chaos, or his chaos loves her chaos. Yep. And the moment things level out, that's uncomfortable. As sick as that sounds, as crazy as that sounds, but because you find comfort in chaos, if it's not any, I'll make it.
Yep. Well, like we always say, I get the saying, that to some people, peace is war. To some people, peace is war. And when you have peace in the home, they're like, oh, it's too, and they say, boring. I'm bored. When you start hearing people talk like that she's boring or he's boring, that means that they grew up in a chaotic environment. They don't know how to just be. Like they don't know how to just go lay on the couch, watch the game, talk to your wife, make some food, go to sleep, have sex, wash, rinse, repeat. They don't know how to do that. That's boring to them.
Meal prep, exercise, go.
Just normal everyday living. That's boring to them. So then what do? They look outside the relationship for it. Then they have these ugly vices. Pornography, drugs, all those other things.
Well, that's
cheating.
why there are so many people hooked on social media.
Yes.
Because it's a chaotic environment.
Oh, yeah.
It's chaos there. If you don't have chaos in your house, all you gotta do is go online. It is right there in your face, and people love to show you their chaos.
Yep.
So it's
some of the most highly watched videos of people fighting, arguing, doing something rude and mean to somebody. Yeah. Those videos, millions and millions and millions and millions of views. Find something that's self-help or to help you better. We don't really want that. So as a society itself, we have a problem with this, and of course it's spilled over into our marriages, of course it's spilled over to our homes, our workplaces, and things like that.
Yep.
Everybody has that person in their job that always keeps a mess going.
Always.
One, two, or three, maybe a group of people. There's always somebody's always offended. Somebody's like everything's going fine at work.
And don't let it be the leader.
Oh yeah.
Then you got the whole environment.
Yeah, they
chaotic.
set the tone.
Yeah, they set the tone. So now the whole environment is literally chaotic.
Yeah.
And so everyone around is either you're walking on eggshells or you're crazy and chaotic yourself.
This is why you come home exhausted. You come home exhausted because you've been in an environment that has literally sucked the life out of you, and all day long, because that's the way it works. Then most of you guys come home to another chaotic environment.
Yep.
There's no leadership. There's no order. There's no discipline. No structure in the home. And so then you find yourself always in this state of, guess what? Anxiety. That's what everybody's got anxiety. Oh, my anxiety issues. My anxiety.
Everyone has the anxiety.
Everybody has anxiety now because
depression.
guess what? You're not managing your life correctly. You do not have things in place to help you do that. You don't have anywhere to turn. You go to work, home, church, school. Everywhere you go is chaos. Severe and utter chaos. If you're in a serious relationship or married, you got to guard against this kind of stuff. Once you cross the threshold of our home, don't bring no mess in here. You come here with some drama, you're going to be headed right back out the door.
Yep.
And that's go for family members and everybody else. Trust me. I kick family members out of my house because you were bringing too much
chaos.
Too much chaos into my home. I cannot have that because this has to be protected at all costs. And we're trying to build something here. So it's very important that I call it keep your nest clean.
Yeah.
You got to keep your nest clean. When things are getting chaotic in your home, you can't control what happens at work. You can't control what happens at school, church, the grocery store. You can't control it, but you can't control what happens at home. You got to control that because it is extremely important that you raise your children and your marriage and your serious relationship in an environment that's peace and get comfortable with being peaceful.
Yes.
I've had couples that come in and be like, we ain't arguing in like 2 days. It's weird. Really? Not arguing in 2 days is weird. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But that's the world we're living in, guys. We can't change the world. We can only change ourselves. And that's really what I'm imploring you to do is to really put things in place to help you understand yourself better, understand your partner better, and get down the road to having a happy, healthy life because it's so worth it. All that arguing, going back and forth, that takes away from you. Raise your blood pressure level, raise your cortisol levels, raise your stress level. All these things are going to contribute to you not having a happy, healthy life. It really makes a difference. And with that, that's enough said.